Welcome back to another Coach's Corner. Here with me today is head volleyball coach Glenn Cox, and I'm your host, Kimberly Temple. So, Coach, you opened last week with a dominant performance over GRU. How does that feel?
Oh, it was great. You know, we had a lot of momentum going into last weekend, and had nice 2 wins in a row, and just had everybody healthy, and was ready to go. It was great. It's nice to get that crosstown rival.
Absolutely.
Sweep. We'll beat them twice. Beat them twice this year. So it was very rewarding.
That's a good feeling. And you did drop 2 road matches last week, but you have 2 coming up soon. What do you need to do to change that?
Well, we just have got to play a little bit cleaner offensively. I mean, we just had too many players making more mistakes than they were getting kills. Mm-hmm. We had the swings and had the opportunities, right there in front of us. We just didn't take the swings that we needed to. We're just playing a little bit timid, playing a little safe. Really got to be aggressive and go for our shots. It'll get kills, and that clean up a few passes, a few less missed serves. Just if we just clean up a few little things, we come out on top of all those matches this past weekend. But you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, and you do have a couple injuries that occurred recently. How does that going to affect the future games?
It's a very, very tough, because it's hard to go on a road trip and come back with 2 people on crutches. It was very, and
definitely.
It's key people that are very important. 6 rotation players.
Mm-hmm.
There you can't replace them, but we do have enough depth to to still be strong with what we're doing. It requires some people to play some positions that they hasn't been their primary position the whole season.
Okay.
But we still have plenty of firepower. It's just that now we don't have any subs, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to toss a lineup out there, and I have to run with that lineup.
Yeah.
Unless I put in a libero to play in the front row, which
mm-hmm.
We actually had to do this past weekend because we were out of subs in a game, and we actually ended up finishing and winning the game that way. And Danielle Mercer was our little tiny front row player. Actually went out there, got a block. It was great.
Great.
But we'll be fine. I think it is definitely our toughest road weekend with Flagler and Armstrong coming up. It's the top 2 teams in our league.
Yeah.
Playing them at their gym, it'll be a good test. It'll be a nice test to see where we are as far as our level of play going into the conference tournament the following weekend.
Okay. And outside of Danielle Mercer, who you mentioned just now, did step up and play well for the team in a position she's not used to playing, who else do you expect to see stepping up?
Ashley Diedrich or Ashley Lind, one of them will very likely spend some time on the outside. It was just a team effort. There's people that are playing their positions that just didn't click this past weekend that we need to step up. It's a full team effort. That's the nice thing about volleyball. It really is one of the truest team sports out there, because you need to have everybody clicking. You can't
Absolutely.
just 1 or 2 people on fire is not going to win a match. You need to have 6 or 7 that are all in the zone. So
Definitely. And you weren't initially ranked in the regional rankings, but after a strong weekend, you could potentially be ranked. Where would you say you feel like you will be ranked?
There's probably 20 teams that are in that 10 to 15 range
Mm-hmm.
that are all really, really close. And honestly, once you get out of the top 2 or 3 in the region rankings, everybody, is beating up on everybody. There's some, when you look at the region rankings, there's some teams that, we've beaten teams that have beaten teams that are in the top 5 in the region. So it's it's any given day. There are a lot of teams in our league. The parity, it's wide open. That's one of the nice things about Division II volleyball is there's always somebody that makes it to the Elite 8 or the Final 4 that's unranked and nobody even knows about them. But that's partially because there's so many really good teams in Division II, and our region is really, really there have been so many 5-game matches, and we've played in a lot of them, and there have been a lot throughout the league as well. It just shows that everybody is recruiting good talent, and all the teams are on any given day can step up and win.
Absolutely. And you do have such a young team. Did you imagine having 17 wins at the beginning of this season, at right now in this time?
I hope to have a lot more than that.
Absolutely.
We gave away quite a few, but I knew we would have a really talented team with a lot of depth coming in this year. And I knew we would be young in a few spots, but I knew that those players would respond well to playing at this level. And, they have for the most part. It's been a successful season no matter what. But, I expect more from them in the future. It's nice to have that big of a group returning.
Yes.
That's what's really going to be nice too, is to have that whole group with some year of experience under their belt with all the big group of freshmen, and kind of see where they go from there. But we were talking with Brent. He just was like, yeah, you're only a handful of points away from only having one loss. Because we had opportunities in a lot of those matches where we just couldn't be closers. We were contenders.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely tricky. You are guaranteed a spot in the conference tournament, and you only have about a week left until that point. Is there a matchup that you would prefer to have in that tournament?
Not really. Like I was saying before, it's any given day. There's not a team that I would like to play. I think everybody is very, very even as far as matchups, and in our conference, there's not a lot of difference between any of the teams. So it's more of a matter of us showing up and playing with a game, and playing our game and controlling what we do, and not making a lot of mistakes. And it really doesn't matter who we match up with. Doesn't concern me. You got to go win.
Yeah.
Just got to go win an 8-team tournament.
Yes.
So
definitely. And who impressed you the most this past week?
It's tough to say. I mean, we had a lot of people play well. We were just really hot and cold this past weekend. We would get up and then we get down. Can't say one particular player that was really hot. I mean, our defensive players did a really good job. With Monica Cardona and Danielle Mercer and Katie Toman. The 3DSs did a really good job. Setters did a really nice job distributing this weekend. We had a few hitters that stood out in a game or two, but we never had a whole group of hitters that stood out in a game. It was a learning experience. So
definitely,
we're looking forward to it. Only 2 more matches to go, and then conference tournament. And,
there you go.
It's I don't know if winning this weekend would get us high enough in the rankings to be assured a spot in the region. I doubt that it would, but it sure would be nice to go in and give Armstrong their first conference loss this weekend. And have a shot at doing that. So that's the plan.
That would be definitely a good result for this weekend and upcoming. But thanks again for talking with us, as always. We hope to get to chat with you again soon, and good luck in the upcoming games. Thanks for watching another Coach's Corner. For Coach Cox, I'm Kimberly Temple.